Hi, this is Jill from Humu Yoga, and this is the full yoga practice. This week, we're working with the theme of calmness. So I'm going to take us through a quiet centering, and then I'll go through some inspirational quotes on calmness, and then I'll weave this theme into our full yoga practice, where we're going to focus on the spine and some back bends and finding calmness in what could be a stressful pose. Maybe back bends are really awesome because they strengthen the back body and open the front body. We'll also do forward bends and twists and such. So if this is something you like, please subscribe because I do a different follow-along class every week. So to get started, just take your hands down by your sides and close your eyes for a moment and sit up tall. So engage in the muscles you're sitting on, or pelvic floor. We call that Mula Bandha, and that means root lock. Engage those muscles just enough for support. And then above that, below the belly button, draw in and get a sense of lift here. That's Uddiyana Bandha, and it means flying upward. And then at the top of the spine, just draw the chin down. Jalandhara Bandha, or chin lock. And now with the bandhas engaged, you can release the hands and you're supported from inside. So just feel that as you begin to notice your breath. Inhale fully into the rib cage, feel it expand, and then exhale, feel the rib cage relax. So do that again. Inhale, big breath in, and exhale, feel the rib cage relax. And one more, big breath in, and exhale. Let's take the hands together in prayer position and we'll vibrate together in Om, and then I'll go through the quotes. Inhale. Om. Peace does not mean to be in a place where there is no noise, trouble, or hard work. It means to be in the midst of those things and still be calm in your heart. Calmness is the gentle strength that carries us through the storm, even as the winds howl and the waves rise. Calmness is not the absence of movement, but the presence of peace in the midst of it. Stillness quiets the body. Calmness quiets the soul. Calmness is peace in motion. Stillness is peace in rest. Calmness is the cradle of power. Calmness. I think it's so important to be able to find calmness in chaos, because there's so many things that happen that are, I know in my life, out of my control. And so if I can just tap into that calm place, and my yoga practice really helps me with that, just moving my body and breathing and having a focus. Sometimes I come up with amazing insights. So let's go ahead and get started. And even in your yoga practice, if you approach what might be a difficult posture or movement with a sense of calm, you could go deeper and find something new. So let's go ahead and just notice what you're doing with the spine here. We're rounding the spine. We're pulling in the belly so that the back stretches. And then as we come forward, we're engaging the muscles of the back and opening across the collarbones, chest, the belly. And then exhale. Now we're rounding again and we're stretching the back body, but it's supported by pulling in the front body. And then inhale now. We come forward, we're engaging the back body as we open the front. And then come to neutral. And now we'll just take it to downward facing dog. And just breathe here. Take your time. Notice what's going on in the body today. Inhale. Bend the knees if you need to get the shoulders closer to your thighs so that your back is not rounded. And then you can work to straighten, stretching out the calves, the hamstrings. You can bend and straighten a couple times. Inhale. Make it nice and easy. Just listen to the body. Exhale. And one more time, you could bend the knees, get the spine lengthened, reaching. And then from here, let's slowly begin to walk up, nice and easy. I'm pushing down with my hands, pulling the belly in. You could keep your feet really wide if you needed to. Just take it to where you can, and then just drop. From here, grab the elbows and let your body just hang. Really, you could engage in your legs, or you could keep your knees soft, whatever your body felt today. Just Nice and calm. Release the hands, but slowly curl up. So stacking your spine one vertebra at a time, pulling the belly in for support, coming all the way up to the top. And then we'll step everything together in Samasatihi, standing still and straight and ready for the sun salutations. Before we do that, I always practice with 2 yoga blocks and a little towel, but you could use a yoga belt or you don't have to use any props. I find they just give me some support to help keep me calm. Here we go. Inhale, reach the arms. Really reaching. Find elevation here. Exhale, pull the belly in for support as you come forward. Inhale, lengthen. Let's go ahead and take it back to plank and just hold the plank. Take a moment here. Notice, is your butt up? Are you sinking? Are you hanging out here? Push up and really get that nice line. In order to maintain that, I'm going to come down to my knees and lower just to where you can hold that line and then push up. And then inhale, coming through. Lift the sternum, engage the legs. I'm gazing down the nose and exhale. By modifying the practice, it helps keep it calm. Inhale and exhale. So you have to do what works in your body. Breathing, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Nice long inhalations, nice long exhalations. And then let's slowly make our way up to the front. I'm pushing down, lifting my belly up. So I'm trying to get really light. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen and rise up. Reaching and exhale, hands down. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. And then inhale here, look up and lengthen. Let's go ahead and take it back. Take a moment to find that plank, nice and strong. And then lower, maintaining that line as best you can, rise up. And then coming through, lift the sternum, engage your legs, gaze down the nose, and downward facing dog. Breathe here. Inhale, just adjusting. And exhale, breathing. Inhale. And exhale. One more big breath in. And exhale. Let's slowly make our way up to the front. Inhale. All the way up. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, lengthen. Rising all the way up. And exhale, hands down. Surya Namaskar B. I'm going to use the blocks. They give me some height, and I really like that. Bending the knees, reach the arms. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale here, look up. I'm going to lightly hop back. Try to keep your shoulders over your hands if you're doing that. Or you could step back and then lower and rise. Coming through, big breath in. Inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. And from here, let's go ahead and step the right foot forward. We're going to come into a high lunge. Let's start with the hands down by the sides for a moment. Drishti or gaze down. Let's bend the back knee so you feel a stretch in the hip flexors here. Engage those muscles right under the butt. And then let's take angel arms here. So we're going shoulders down and wide. Start to straighten the back leg as you start to reach. And really reach up to go back. Lift up. Nice back bend, breathing, but it's calm. Inhale and reach. Sometimes the heart rate does increase, but you can still stay calm and breathe. And step back. And let's lower. And rise. And come through. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do the other side. Inhale, step that left foot forward. Rise up, keep your drishti, hands by the sides for a moment. As you bend the back knee, engage the under the butt muscle on that right side. We'll take angel arms. As we start to straighten the back leg, shoulders are going down, but there's a width there as you reach. Inhale,
Exhale, calmly going back. Inhale, exhale. You feel the heart rate increase, but you breathe. And then inhale, rise, really reach. Take the hands down and step back. And then let's go ahead and lower and rise. And then come through. Big breath in. Inhale and exhale. And stay here and breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the lift of the belly. Inhale. Exhale. Keep reaching. And I'm also trying to get those heels down as best I can. And then here you can lightly hop up or walk up. Lift and fold. And then bend the knees. Reach the arms. And come to stand. Let's do one more Surya Namaskar B. Inhale. Reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. And take it back. And let's go ahead and lower. Rising up and coming through. Big breath in, lift the sternum. And take it back. This time we're going to come into warrior one. Step the right foot forward. Now we take the back foot down for warrior one. Inhale, find that same back bend and the butt under on that left side as you reach up. Right butt back. Inhale. Exhale. Stay calm by breathing. Inhale. And exhale. And now inhale, rise up. Reach. Take the hands down and step back. And let's go ahead and lower. And then rise and come through. Inhale. And exhale. Warrior one, left side. Step the left foot forward. Take your right foot down. Reach the arms. Keep that butt under on the right side, pulling the left butt back. Reach up. Inhale, breathe fully. Exhale. One more. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Really reach. Take the hands down and step back. And then from here, let's go ahead and lower and rise and come through. Big breath in and exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe. Inhale. Exhale, feel the length here. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit more open. Inhale. And exhale. And again. And exhale. Bend the knees. Find a little target point. Lift up and fold. Bend the knees. Inhale here. Reach the arms. And come to stand. And let's take the feet hip width. And have your hands right on your hip sockets, right here. And notice the pubic bone and the belly button. Get them on the same plane. You don't want your butt back or under, right there. And then just engage the legs and start to, right at this hip crease, come forward. Nice forward bend. So coming forward, go ahead and take your hands on your shins. Lengthen your spine. Make sure you're not rounded. Really lengthen your spine. Stay there for another breath. Engage the front of the legs a lot so you feel the stretch in the back. And stay calm as you exhale, fold in. Maybe at some point you want to just draw your chin in and breathe. Try to straighten your legs. Try to get the front of the legs engaged so you can really stretch the back. Shoulders down. Breathe. And exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Take the arms out to the side. Come halfway up. And then come all the way up. And exhale. While back bends are really energizing, forward bends can be really releasing. So let's step out. Let's do some standing poses. So I'm going to set the blocks up. One in the front and one in the back. And we'll go ahead and step out. Let's do Trikonasana, Utthita Trikonasana. Turning the left foot in and the right foot out. Inhale here. Exhale. Come down and try to keep your front leg straight. Engage the front of the leg. And inhale here. Now I'm going to really work to open this left shoulder. Really open it.
and reach up and breathe. Inhale and exhale. And now inhale, rise up. Let's go to the other side. So I'm turning, I turn the right hip in, the left hip out, and feeling nice and open, expansion across the chest as I inhale, reach. Take the hand so it's under the armpit. And then I'm gonna really open this right shoulder. And I'm gazing up if that feels okay in your neck. Breathe, inhale, and exhale. And now use the breath, inhale, rise up. Let's come to Parivrtta, Trikonasana. So turning the left foot in and the right foot forward so both hips are facing the same direction. Inhale here. Let's exhale, come forward first. It's a forward bend first. Pull the right butt back. Then take the hand down. Lengthen the spine. Now start your twist. Use your breath. That'll keep it calm. Inhale. Exhale, turning the left ribs to the right. Really roll this right shoulder open. And then inhale here and rise up. Feel the glutes engage as you do that. Turning, turn the right foot in. Both hips facing the same direction. Inhale here. Come into the forward bend first. Reach, reach, reach. And now take the hand down and then keep the spine long as you start to turn. Use your breath. Inhale. Exhale, turning the right ribs. Now roll that left shoulder open. Open that chest. Breathe. Open the shoulder. And then inhale here and rise up. Let's turn for warrior two. So turn the back foot in, turn the front foot out, and we'll inhale here and slowly just melt into the pose. Breathing, inhale. And exhale. It's a strong pose, but yet there's a sense of calm, almost stoic warrior. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Let's come into Utthita Parsvottanasana. So you could take your forearm here or here, and we're just going to reach this left arm up to the ceiling for this variation. You could also take your hand down to a block and really open the shoulder here first. Now, keep doing that. Keep externally rotating that shoulder as you reach the arm. And then you could maybe take your gaze to the hand or maybe straight ahead, whatever felt good in your body. And then we'll come back up. Inhale. And we'll do the other side. Turn the right foot in and the left foot out and melt into this warrior. Stoic warrior, a calm demeanor, calm inside. Inhale. Exhale, opening across the chest, breathing. And then from here, Utthita Parsvottanasana. So we're going to reach up. You could take your hand here, or you could be here, or you could stay here. And really open this right shoulder. And then open it a little bit more as you reach it. Feel that side body. Breathe from your pinky finger on your right side to your pinky toe. And then inhale here, and let's rise up. Let's go into Prasarita Padottanasana. So feet parallel or maybe slightly turned in, and we're gonna hinge again at the hips. So really feel that. Try and get that hip crease nice and deep. You can look up and lengthen, and then we're gonna fold in. Just walk your hands through and try and get that head down as best you can. You could also put it on a block if that was easier. And shoulders away from your ears, so not here, here, right? You're trying to make a right angle at the elbows and engage the front of the legs so you feel the hamstrings stretch. And then inhale, lengthen. And let's go ahead, take the hands on the waist and rise up. Let's come into goddess pose. So turning out, we'll take the angel arms today and find that sense of back bend. So the shoulders are coming down and there's a sense of width here. Breathe here. Inhale, try to open your knees. Lift the sternum. Open the knees, lift the sternum. Breathe. And then inhale, rise up. And then from here, we're going to pivot to the right. So again, both hips facing the same direction. We're going to come into Parsvottanasana. So I'm going to do the reverse namaste, but you could have your hands here with the arms. You could have your hands here. You could keep the hands on the waist, or you could grab your elbows, whatever felt better in your body. But I'm going to go with the standard reverse namaste because it feels good in my shoulders. Inhale, but only do what feels good in your body. Inhale, lift up, find a back bend. And then exhale, start to come forward. Now I'm really working on pulling that right hip back, deepening the hip crease. And then when you find that spot, you can just drop your head and breathe. And then inhale, lengthen, rising up. You can come to the back bend and come back to neutral as we pivot. And we'll do the other side. So inhale here, find a back bend. Exhale, start to come forward. Really lengthen, pulling that left butt back, and then surrender. Breathe. Find that sense of calm. Inhale, exhale, release. Again, inhale, exhale. And then inhale, lengthen, and rise all the way up. Find a little back bend. And then we release. And we'll come back to the front of the mat. Samasati. And now we'll come into Utthita, Hasta, Padangusthasana. And I'm going to just move the blocks to the front. But we're going to use the wall. So I like to use the wall because then you'll get a sense of calmness and maybe you'll go a little bit deeper. So let's let the right leg come up. First, just pull the knee up. Feel the hip flexion here and feel the standing leg strong. Now we're going to grab the big toe, lengthen the leg. And from here, try a forward fold. See if you can drop down, pull the belly in. Breathe, shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, rise up. Now we'll exhale, take it out to the side and lift up. And really open here. It'll keep you calm if you use the wall, but you can play with that. And then bring it back. And then hold the leg out there. See how that feels. Maybe you want to let go. You can just play. So we'll go to the other side. Letting the left leg come up. Just hug it in there. Deepen in the hip crease and feel the standing leg strong. And then we'll grab the big toe. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen the hip crease on that left side. Come forward, breathe. And then inhale, rise up. Let's go ahead and take it out to the side. And really play here. You can use that wall. Inhale, take it into a back bend. Dropping that left hip, feel that. And then bring it back. And then let's leave the leg out there. See what that feels like. And slowly lower. And then we'll come up to the front. And from here, we're going to do a little vinyasa. So inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. And let's go ahead and take it back. And then from here, let's go ahead and come down to the knees. And we're going to just open the knees and come into a child's pose. So really press the hips back, reach the arms forward, and get some nice length here. Just breathe. Inhale. In child's pose or Adho Mukha Virasana, you can really feel the breath in the rib cage and the butt sinking down. Just do the best you can. And then inhale, come forward. Now we're going to do, I just want to do a prep pose for Bakasana. We're going to come into Bakasana. So crane or crow. But first, let's do a cat-cow because I want you to feel what the back body does. So in Bakasana, your back body is here. It's protracted. So see if you can find that. The shoulder blades go, so they spread, as opposed to this cow, I think this is the cow, where the back is engaged and the sternum is opening. So see if you can find this rounded scapula is wide, this rounded position, the belly is in, and then keeping your shoulders over your hands, tuck your toes under, and then this is going to be a pike. As lightly as you can, push down with the hands, don't lose that protraction, and lift up. Should feel really light, and then come down. If everything went well there, you could scoot forward. So really push up into that protraction, pushing down with the hands, lift the belly, try to stay calm, and lift up. And then we come down. And if you wanted to go in a little closer, you could. Inhale here, pushing down, lift the belly up, and lift.
and come down. So that's the kind of feeling we want when we come into Bakasana, and that's what we're going to do next. So we'll walk the feet up. You can take your feet close together and start to come down. And you want to get down kind of low so you can try and get your knees close to the armpits. The hands can be a little turned out, and the elbows, they don't go directly back. They go out to the side a little bit. And the difference here is that your shoulders are going to come forward. Find a gaze point forward, but lift up. Keep that lift up. Don't lose that. You don't want to sink. You might find that you just lift right up. And then you can work on lifting the feet up, and just see where you go, right? You might find that you can't get off the floor, that you're here, but just keep the lift. And you can just feel the lightness on your toes. And you will be doing yourself a great service. You'll be getting stronger. One day you might just lift right off. So I've seen it happen in my classes. So let's come to Dandasana. And in Dandasana, just sit really tall for a moment. And if you're having a hard time with that, if the back is curling, bend the knees a little and just see if you can find it there. Or sit up on a block or a blanket and find that. And then from there, or here, we're going to come into Paschimottanasana. So if your hamstrings are tight, your knees are bent, use a prop. You can take it and put it here and try to straighten your legs. But if you can hold on to your feet, do that. Some people can hold on to a wrist, right? And then just try and get length in your back and your hamstrings. So pull the belly way in and breathe. Can you find a calming breath here as you straighten those legs? Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, lengthen, and let's rise up. And from here, let's just go ahead and we'll bend the right knee. And we're going to go ahead and just grab that foot for that Akarna Dhanurasana, that bow and arrow pose. You're pulling, Akarna is your ear, you're pulling it back by your ear. And you can let the spine round a little here, that's okay. You want to get the hip, we're getting into flexion here, pull back. And then let's go ahead and take the leg across. Now I want you to try and sit up. This is your baby, you're cradling. Cradle. Do the best you can here. And then we're going to go ahead and support that by bending the left knee and sitting up. You can use your hands here and really try and open this knee as best you can, sitting up. Stay here if this is good. Some people can come into Agni-stambhasana, fire log pose. You want to try and keep your ankle over your knee and your knee over your ankle. You might find your way up here. That's okay. Just work to sit up or stay in the previous pose. But if you can, some of you might be able to come forward and just breathe here. You're really working on opening the hips. So whatever position you're in, trying to do the same thing. And then let's go ahead and release wherever you are, and we'll come back to Dandasana. Bend the left leg. We're going to pull that knee back into deep hip flexion. So it's okay if the spine's a little rounded here. That's okay. Breathe. Pulling back, back, back. And then we'll go ahead and bring the leg across. And now it kind of changes the stretch. It's more on the outside. As you sit up, you cradle. And you can take your time in this little series. Listen to your body. Find the calmness, even in the intensity. Bend the right knee and sit up. And if this is where you want to stay, you stay here. If this is doable and it feels okay in your body, we come into Agni-stambhasana. And you're really trying to get the ankle over the knee and the knee over the ankle. Come forward. And really feeling the outer hips feels nice. It's intense, but in a good way. And then we'll come up wherever you are, and then we'll release into Dandasana. And then from here, let's come into Janu Sirsasana. So we'll bend the right knee and then open it out to the side. Sitting up tall, let's take a twist to the right. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, turning the left ribs to the right, lift up. And one more breath, inhale and exhale.
And then from here, we're coming back over towards the left leg. Let's come into Janu Sirsasana. So coming forward, if your hamstrings are tight, of course, use your prop. You could bend the knee and then straighten. Or maybe your hands are here. Or maybe you can grab the right wrist and really get length. No matter which one you're doing, pull that right side and really get length through the right, all the way down to the right butt, to the right pinky as you pull. Shoulder away from your ear. Folding deeply. Get nice and calm as you inhale and you exhale, go deeper. And then inhale, lengthen, and exhale, release. And let's go to the other side. So bending the left leg. Keep that right leg activated so you're engaged. So we're stretching the hamstrings too on that leg when we come into the forward bend. But inhale here, exhale, turning. Inhale. Feeling those right ribs turn to the left, exhale. And then inhale, coming back over the leg. You could bend the knee, use your prop. If your hamstrings were tight, all these variations. So maybe you grab your wrist, but you're trying to really pull from that left side and fold in deeply, breathing, inhale. Finding that sense of calm. Every exhalation, you can just let go a little deeper. One more. And then inhale, lengthen, and we'll exhale, release. And then we're gonna make our way over onto our knees. So you could cross your legs, come on up, and we're gonna come into Virasana. So in Virasana, your knees are together, and I'm gonna use the blocks because I have osteoarthritis in my knees, and it gives me some height. And then I'm gonna take my thumb in the back of my knee to create some space as I come down onto the blocks. And I'm just gonna straighten out a little bit. And then once you're here, just notice how this feels in your body. Can you sit up really tall and just breathe for a moment? And then let's go ahead and take Yana Mudra, so index finger and thumb, and we'll just turn the hands, and that represents knowledge, and it's universal knowledge and individual knowledge coming together. So let's just stay here for a moment. And can you be in a sense of calm with that? Inhale and exhale. And just stay there. And now can you keep this sense of calmness as we take it into a little bit of a back bend? So from here, we're going to go ahead and just take some angel arms for a moment. Because when you do angel arms, you can feel the back engage, right? Those muscles engage, and it helps open up the sternum. So feel that. And then at some point, you're going to I want you to reach the arms, but now the shoulders are going to elevate. So it's a little different. And now can you keep that sense of calm? Inhale, lift up. Exhale, opening. One more. And then inhale, rise up. And just pause for a moment. And then from here, we're going to come onto the knees, and we're going to do Ustrasana. And we're going to do a couple variations. So you could use your blocks to give you a little height, or some of you might want to tuck your toes under if you don't have blocks, or maybe you don't need a prop. You can go to your feet. But from here, I want you to really press down through your feet. And as you do that, you feel the engagement of the back of the legs. And we need that support. And then you feel the front stretch. So the tail is under. It's like the pubic bone is coming upwards towards your heart. And let's find that back bend here. So you're lifting up, engaging the legs. Engage the legs a lot. You can feel that. Making your way back. And if you feel your hips go back to get your blocks, that's okay. Just bring them forward again. And then at some point, lift up. Keep lifting up. Keep the tail under. And you can let your head go back maybe, but maybe not. Just take it to where it feels right in your body. Inhale. You should be feeling a nice stretch on the top of the hip flexors. Inhale, rise up, an opening in the chest. And now we're going to try that with a reach. So if you have a block, grab your block. If not, just use your hands and imagine you had a block. And we'll reach here. And instead of doing angel arms, we're just going to reach up. press the block so you feel the muscles engage all the way down the side body. So the shoulders are elevated, externally rotated, so their shoulder blades are going away from your ears. And let's try and find that. Inhale, just go back as far as feels good in your body. Maybe it's here, right? Doesn't matter. Inhale, exhale, keep breathing, keep finding that sense of calm. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Try not to let your butt go back. Imagine you had a wall in front of you. You're pressing into the wall. Keep breathing. And then inhale, rise. So hopefully you were able to breathe through that, and you just take it as far as feels good in your body. Inhale here. Let's go ahead and exhale and make our way down. And we'll come to Dandasana just for a moment, sitting up. And then we're going to make our way into Padottanasana. So let's take the feet together, the knees apart, and we'll go ahead and scoot up a little bit. And just sit up. And notice how that feels in your body right now after those back bends. Can you sit way up? And then we're going to come forward. And you don't have to push it. Just come to where it feels okay. Like you should be feeling a nice stretch in here. Try and keep your back long. And at some point you could just relax your head and breathe. And find some surrender. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale, rise up. And now let's move the feet forward so that you're making this nice big diamond shape here. And you could use your prop here if you wanted to. We're going to inhale here, exhale, round the spine now. Pull the belly in. It's a nice stretch. Maybe you need a little bit more height. That's fine. Just do what feels good in your body. Breathing. Trying to open the knees. You're lifting the belly so the spine is rounded. That's fine. We're trying to just release. And then inhale, rising up. And then let's do a nice roll back. So from here, you can use the blocks if you wanted to. We're going to do a nice roll back onto the blocks for a supported back bend. Inhale here. Exhale, start to curl back. So I'm going to put this edge at the lower part of my shoulder blade on both sides, shoulder blades, and then the other one on my head. And it should feel nice and supported. Let's bend the knees. Let's go ahead and reach the arms. And you feel the sternum lift, but you could close your eyes here. And we'll make this a little restorative. Let's just take the feet together and the knees apart and open. And of course, you could do this without blocks. It feels really nice. And if you wanted to, you could take your arms out to the side and breathe. And you could stay here as long as you'd like, but I'm going to go ahead and take us out. You could always pause the video. Reach up and exhale, curling to come up. And now let's come all the way back down again. So inhale here, exhale, pull the belly in to support the back as you curl, coming all the way down. Bending the knees. We're going to do a nice articulating bridge. Pull the heels in close. Inhale here, exhale, bridge up. So feel the under the butt muscles, everything in the back, lifting you up, up, up. And then find a nice long neck. So you're not back, you're not forward. It's nice and neutral. And then reach the arms. Optional to lift up. You might feel the butt a little bit more if you do that. Try to reach the arms. Now, as you come down, try and keep your hands on the floor and really reach. Tuck the pelvis under. Curl all the way down. All the way down. Take your time. And hands down. It should feel like a release, but nice and supported. So now we'll just do a nice supported inversion. So it should be a little restorative. You could put the block under your pelvis and let the legs come up. Make sure the legs are engaged. So it's always nice to invert a little to reverse blood flow at the end of class. Notice, is your butt sticking out? Is it tucked under? Try to be neutral here. And you could stay here. You could even have your legs against a wall. Some people
really like to come into Halasana, plow pose, and shoulder stand. And if it's not contraindicated in your body, you're welcome to do that here. Everybody else will just, we'll just wait and lift up if you're going into this. And you can take your time with shoulder stand and variations and such. You could bend the knees, Padottanasana. So feel free to pause the video here too. You want to explore that a little more. Or we'll all meet here. And then from here we'll bend the knees. Let's lift the hips up. Come off the block. Shift the hips to the left. Let's take the arms out to the side. Inhale here. Exhale, take the knees over to the right. And you could use that right hand to gently pull that left knee over and then turn the right ribs to the left. Eventually that left shoulder comes down a bit. Maybe your head comes to the left. But move with breath, very calm. Breathing. I feel my spine releasing. It feels really nice. And then inhale, come back. Let's go the other way. Lift the hips up, shift them to the right. Let the knees come up, inhale. Exhale, knees over. You can gently guide that right knee with the left hand, and then I'm turning the left ribs to the right. Inhale. And exhale, my head goes gently to the right. And then inhale, coming back. And just take a moment. You can hug the knees into the chest, pull in, or if you wanted to do your happy baby here, you could do that. And then inhale here and exhale. Let's find ourselves in Shavasana, in this beautiful state of calmness. And stay in that. And you can stay here as long as you'd like and pause the video. But I'm going to go ahead and take us out. So just become aware of your breath. Start to slowly move the fingers and the toes, but stay in this calm state as you do it. And bend the knees. And we'll make our way to the side. Find a fetal position and pause. And then slowly making your way up to seated. And just take a moment. I always like to finish class to just take a moment and notice where you are now as opposed to the beginning of class. And can you find that sense of calmness and let it resonate in everything you do? Namaste.